He's the most exciting flyweight in the Southern Hemisphere, and we got him here. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your main event. Live from HBF Stadium Festival Hall. Melbourne Pavilion. Not even backstage, we're literally outside. Was that the best fight card in Australian MMA history? Call me crazy, but make sure you call me when I'm right.
Be good if the Aussie MMA Instagram page would give us a bit of glow up because we're killing.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Australian MMA podcast. My name is Mitch Tinley, and joining me is none other than Anthony Drilich. Now, the man fell short against Sean Gauci, fellow Australian, at Dana White Contender Series, and fell just short of a UFC contract late last year. And Anthony Drilich is back. He's the former Eternal flyweight champion. I think he's a three-time Eternal flyweight champion. And he had to vacate the belt to go after a contract where, like I said earlier, he fell short. And look, he's back. And he's back at Eternal. It's not for a title fight. That title has now gone to Taniguci, who took out Frank Jankowskij, an opponent that Drilich has seen before. In fact, who he beat to, I think, obtain the Eternal Flyweight Championship. So, look, there's some potential matchups down the line. But Anthony Drilich is scheduled to take on Brian Hyslop, a Scotsman, I believe, a very brave man, because if you watch Anthony Drilich's highlights, he doesn't just knock people out, he knocks them out of orbit. He is easily the most exciting flyweight in probably not even the Southern Hemisphere, probably like outside of the UFC. That's why him falling short of Dana White Contender Series was so almost shocking, because honestly, search Anthony Drilich highlights. He knocks people dead. It's so exciting. He's main eventing Eternal MMA 93, Feb 22nd at HBF Stadium. And look, get down, check it out. If not, see it on UFC Fight Pass. We're going to chat to Anthony about what it was like falling just short, not kind of getting to live up to the hype both him and Sean Gauci did a Dana White Contender Series, because even Sean, even though he won, he didn't pick up a UFC contract, which was very sad. But both those boys are very exciting. But Anthony is, he's something special in terms of fireworks when it comes to an opponent. So this fight, not one to be missed. We chat to him about his newfound hobby of shooting. That's right, with guns. And also just how his gym that he runs with his brothers going, and all sorts of things. Look, Anthony Drilich is a soft-spoken guy, but he's a great guy. Known him for many, many years. Look, so guys, we're going to hear from our good friends at Vex, and on the other side, Anthony Drilich.
Vex MMA has officially teamed up with PRP Global, and their brand new website is now live. Head over to Vex MMA to check out their latest gear, perfect for fighters and fans alike. Whether you're stepping into the cage or just repping the lifestyle, Vex MMA has you covered.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. We normally chat to the man in person, but he's such a busy man these days. Anthony Drilich, welcome.
Thanks for having me, Mitchell.
You're clearly still the Eternal Flyweight Champion, like in everyone's mind, but you're not holding the belt.
Well, I vacated it, so it is what it is, whatever.
Was it hard watching Taniguci and Jankowskij fight for it, or were you just like, what are you doing, boys?
Yeah, I didn't really care, to be honest. They fought and did their thing, and I was like, yeah, whatever.
Why is this? I guess everyone's wondering, why isn't this for the title then?
From what I've heard, I think my opponent, that Japanese fella, just trying to get to the UFC or something like that, or just I think it was just management. And
oh, really?
So, yeah, I'm not 100% sure, but yeah.
Were you impressed with that fight, or did you watch it?
I only watched it once. Yeah, like obviously, that Taniguci, all I remember him doing is playing the air guitar and throwing up gang signs or something off the cage. That's all I really remember, and then moving around a bit. I've got to watch it again. I've only watched it once, so.
Who did you think won that fight?
From what I can recall, the Japanese opponent probably. But I've got to watch it again. Like, yeah, it's hard to recall exactly what happened each round.
And in the sense of, obviously, let's talk about your little stint on Dana White Contender Series, unfortunately going down to Sean Gauci. I mean, what's your assessment of that? Some time has passed, obviously not too happy with the result. And I guess even the performance, it feels weird to be critical of it, but you know, what we expect from Anthony Drilich, that was not the Anthony Drilich that we've come to love. What sort of happened, and what's your assessment of it?
Oh, like, it is a loss. It is what it is, you know. These things happen, but you know, didn't come in there the way I wanted to, and didn't feel like I had that steam. But you know, it is, you know, these things happen, and you know, I just get back on the horse and get after it again, you know, and keep pushing forwards.
What do you think went wrong? Was it like preparation? Was it the whole like being around sort of the UFC and having to fly international? Like, what do you think it was?
Yeah, I think it was a little bit of everything. Obviously, just traveling and stress and eating different, you know, trying to find foods that you can eat and the foods you're used to and things like that. It's just a bit of everything, but you know, these things happen, and then I'll learn from it and change some things, you know, once I get back in that position.
This is not a loaded question, I promise, but is Sean Gauci just the better man?
That day he was. That day he was. Yeah, you know, I still believe I'm better, but you know, that day he beat me, so he got the victory.
Was there anything about him that surprised you at all going into the fight?
No, not a whole lot. No. Yeah, did my thing. Like same thing. Like I've only watched the fight with me and him like literally the day after we fought. So, yeah, a lot of it was just myself. You know, he done his thing and I did mine, and yeah, he came out the victor that day. So, yeah.
How's the weight cut going in? Was that hard, or was it that? Was it?
Yeah, it was a hard weight cut. Yeah, but I made the weight, so I can torture myself.
How much does that stick with you? Or are you a guy that's just like, look, one bad moment, it is what it is type thing? Or did that sit with you for a little while?
Nah, like, you know, I'm older now. You know, when you're younger, I think it takes a bigger effect. You know, especially if you're winning, you never lost or anything. You like think you're invincible or whatever. And yeah, those times like I think it takes more effect. But you know, I've lost before. You know, I've fought plenty of times. You know, it is what it is. You know, just get back into it.
Did you take any stock that, you know, Dana White said you guys both did have futures in the UFC, just not right now?
Yeah, you know, it still gave me like that light at the end of the tunnel. It's like it's still there, you know. I can still get this, so you know, I haven't given up. So I'm just gonna graft it out and keep getting after it, you know, and do my thing.
Do you think it's going to be another situation where, like, are you gonna have to fight Sean Gauci again, or do you reckon just if you just knock out another 3 dudes, you're right back in there?
I'm not too sure. Obviously, I don't even know what their plans are and what they do behind scenes. I just, you know, just go in there and fight, and they give me a name, and I'm like, all right, let's do it. So I don't know what's going to happen after this.
I mean, let's talk about you returning to Eternal. How long before you went, okay, let's book another Eternal fight after that loss?
Pretty early. I think it was, straight off the bat, you know. I want to make this my career. So if you lose, it's like, all right, well, I'm not too injured, you know. I'm a bit battered and bruised. It is what it is. Those heal up pretty quick, so just get back into it, you know, get me in a fight.
So it didn't have you like rethinking your career or anything like that?
No, nothing like that.
Well, I mean, how do you feel then? I guess, does the title even matter to you anymore then because you've had it?
Nah, like I'm looking at the bigger picture, you know. I'm aiming for I'm aiming for the sky. So, you know, I've already won the belt before multiple times, so it doesn't bother me, you know. I just want to get back in there, show that I'm better than that, and put a good show on. Then I'll go from there.
Do you know what you have to do? Like, do you know if it's like, man, I don't care who I fight, as long as it's 3 knockouts, I reckon I'll be back in? Or do you know kind of what's next?
No, not 100%. You know, as you're saying before with Dana White, I believe they still got their eyes on me. I just got to put a good performance on, whether it's one fight, multiple, I don't know yet. So just, you know, put something in front of me and I'll try to get the job done in devastating fashion, you know, and show the world what I'm made of.
Well, speaking of the world, I know that it's very tricky for you to find a fight, but when they first give you, I think it was Nico Alejo, the Filipino guy, I think he was 4-4 and he'd lost like 2 in a row. Now you've got Brian Hyslop, who is a very, very good fighter from what I've seen, but I think he's coming off 2 losses and he's fought once in like 6 years professionally. Like that's what's down online. Is it frustrating to you that you're not getting that 10-0 guy that's ready to step back up and you've just got to sort of scramble so hard to find anyone that will fight you?
Yeah, like I think they'll talk about multiple names for like my next fight, and there was one person I was like, sweet, then that guy dropped out, and another person, and yeah, I think I went through like 3 or 4 people until I got this guy. So like, hey, he's a gamer, hard Scottish dude who's coming down to fight, and he's got a lot of, world of experience, been doing this for a long time. So I don't think you can always judge him on his losses as well. Like, I think, yeah, like he's been doing this for a while, and from what I heard, he's decent, good stand up, good on the ground, hard dude, doesn't give up. So, I think he's going to be a good fight, and I think his style as well for myself, it can put a good put some fireworks going. It's going to be a good show and good fight for me. But yeah.
Do you know if the Sean Gauci fight was offered at all?
Not that I know of, no.
And in terms of getting fired up again, obviously, you're at the Contender Series, you're at all the eyes of the world were on you. Now, does it feel like a step back in your eyes, or are you as motivated as ever?
Just as motivated, yeah, like I was saying before, it's just a hump, whatever. I'll go in there again, fight, and go from there and see what happens. And I'm only going to go up, if I win, of course. So go in there, fight this dude, win, and see what happens.
And I don't want to put unnecessary pressure, but does it feel like if you drop this one, it might be it?
I don't think so. It's definitely like, it will definitely suck and probably pull me back a bit further, but we'll just got to wait and see. I'm going to come 22nd to fight and put this dude out, and we'll see what happens,
Have you always had this like mature outlook on your career?
No, definitely not. Like I've gotten older, more experienced, and yeah, just now it's just, I go there to fight, keep it simple, just I train my ass off for the camp and then make the weight and go and fight and then go from there,
And now you own your own gym as well, with your brother.
I'm in it right now.
Yeah, it's beautiful gym. I've been there. It really is. You guys have done a tremendous job. Is MMA your life? Like, do you still enjoy other aspects of life outside, or is this everything to you?
Yeah, like I've got hobbies and things I do and see friends and all that. I competitively shoot as well.
What?
So, yes, sir. Long range shooting. So
Really?
yeah.
When did you start doing that?
Not sure, like about a year ago, I think.
Why?
Enjoy shooting. I enjoy, it's the discipline of it as well. And I didn't realize how difficult and the things that you have to get right to be good at it. It's not as simple as just picking up a rifle and taking a wing at it. You have to know a lot of things, and it's almost like meditation sometimes. You got to get your breathing right and focus and go between heart rates and things like that. So yeah, I find it interesting and enjoy it, and it's not extremely strenuous. So only really one of my only times I get to lay around in the sun and take a couple of shots at a target and enjoy myself,
Where do you shoot in Perth?
Up in Pinjar.
Ah,
Yeah, north of Joondalup.
Does that mean you just got like a whole bunch of rifles laying around, or?
No. I wish I had a whole heap of guns. I'm not that rich.
Is it? Yeah, I was gonna say, is it super expensive?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's expensive. Yeah.
Oh man, how do you shoot during fight camp? Like, when do you get out there?
Yeah, it's every Saturday. So I do my training in the mornings like usual. Then I've got the gap in during the Saturday, and that's when I can go. So it works out as well, timing wise and everything like that. So it works perfect.
Is it just targets, or do you like shooting birds and stuff?
No, I don't do any hunting. Just targets. I've hunted when I was younger for food and all that, but no, just targets. Competition,
Hunted for food.
Yeah. Get a couple rabbits.
That's cool. Were you into it when like watching the Olympics and stuff? Did you like watching shooting?
Yeah, some of it, yeah.
Who's like is there like a Michael Jordan of shooting?
It probably is, but I wouldn't know. I'm not. I don't follow the Olympics that well.
That's cool, man. And like, is it just like a thing that you do to pass the time, or do you want to be like super good at it?
I want to be super good at it, but obviously I've got my priorities, and it's just something I enjoy, and it's, I just lay around and take some shots, and enjoy it. It's good. It's good fun.
Well, in saying that, when you were in Vegas, there's heaps of guns there. Did you do any
Yeah.
shooting there?
Yeah, I shot quite a few guns there.
Yeah. What was your thoughts?
Went to the gun range there. It was fun, great fun. Shot some autos and some sort of AR platforms and AK platforms and handguns and all the works. So yeah,
Jeez. Turning into a bit of a gun nut, eh?
yeah, I might move to Texas. It's pretty fun.
That's so cool, man. Well, that's good to hear. And it sounds like, it sounds like fighting, although you give it everything, it sounds like it doesn't like really affects how happy you are in life. And I think that's a really good way to look at it.
Yeah, like martial arts is part of my life. I've been doing it since I was young. So yeah, it's just something I do and enjoy. I'd rather do this, every day than do some office job, 9 to 5 that I hate. So yeah, and then I shoot on the weekend. So can't complain.
Cool. That's cool, man. Well, what does the next 5 years look like for Anthony Drilich then?
UFC. I'm always aiming for the UFC. So go from there. Yeah.
Beautiful. And February 22nd, what's the prediction, mate?
Me with my arm raised.
Round 1.
Any round. Hopefully round 1 would be nice, But any round.
It's so hard for you it's not like you've got to come back to Australia and change up your style or anything, because it's like literally just getting 1 round KOs. It's like, is that the same old Anthony we're going to get back, or we're going to get a more conservative one?
No, like even in those fights, I've never gone to a fight like on knock around the first. I've done that in the past, but I just go there to fight and do what I train for, and I find something, I find the time to put this guy out, and whether it's the first round or the last, that's the game plan every time, find a way to win.
Love it. And finally, how's the gym going? Young fighters up and coming. How's it all
gym's
going?
doing well. Like we just done a fight simulator for one of our amateurs just before, like half hour ago. So pushing through his paces, and we got a couple of guys who are good prospects, and I think they're going to make it far. So yeah, everything's coming well nicely,
Is the amateur getting ready is he fighting on Eternal or?
No, he's going to be fighting for another promotion, I believe.
Oh, I didn't know there were any other promotions. And training wise, mate, are you still getting down to scrappy? What's the go?
Every morning.
Every morning?
Every morning. So
that's like an hour away.
Yeah, it's about, with traffic, which is always traffic. So it takes a while, but it is what it is.
Jeez. Well, mate, it was unfortunate to obviously see you fall just short, but it looks like you're geared up and ready to go. If anyone wants to sort of come along to Eternal, can they still use your last name at the checkout and whatnot? So. Yeah?
Yeah.
So when they're buying tickets?
Yeah. Put my last name in, buy a ticket, come watch me fight, put a good show on.
Oh, mate, there's no one I can guarantee more that there's going to be fireworks, and you're one of them. So, look, Anthony, thank you so much for taking the time, and I'll see you Feb 22nd at HBF Stadium in Perth.
Thanks for having me again, Mitchell.
See you later, brother.